but I'm making an allowance for who you are as a person. You don't know what you don't know yet. You don't know what impact certain things are going to be for you as a student. You don't know what it's going to be like when you find your model. It's going to be something completely diametrically opposed to what you thought trading was all about. You find your profitable model and you're consistently finding setups, and you're going to look back and say, I didn't know anything. Look what I'm able to do. And this is what I'm doing. This is all I have to do. If I just live and bloom right where I'm planted, I'll do whatever I need to do, monetized 5 handles consistently. Every setup that you look for, if you just find 5 handles that nets you that minimum, you don't need to do any more than that. You literally can carve out independent wealth. And that is defined by however you want to define it. Whatever dollar amount, given enough time, compound interest will allow you to get there. But you can't do that if you're jumping around trading in the New York session, London session, afternoon session, PM session. You're just trying to get in and do everything. No. Back test all those sessions. Yes. Actively trade and anticipate your setup in every single one of them. No. The only thing you're doing is compounding the likelihood of failure, losing trades, and drawdown. And you're new. What are you going to do when you have drawdown? You're going to want to fix it real quick because a Band-Aid ain't going to work for you. What's a Band-Aid? Take the boo-boo, limit it, cover your loss, cover your little cut, your paper cut, cover it up and walk away and let time do the healing. That means don't take any more trades. That's hard to do, isn't it? But you don't understand. I gotta go look at myself in the mirror, ICT. I did something I knew I should have done. I gotta fix it. You're not in the right state of mind to fix it. And you're gonna look at these next sessions, like I'm covering here in the same trading day, and think that you're gonna have the skill set while you're in drawdown, mentally. We're not talking about the mental, not the mental, but the financial aspects of what drawdown you may have incurred. You're in mental drawdown. You're now a dangerous wild animal. And you're going to turn yourself loose to your money, to your account. A caged animal, a cornered animal, poked and prodded, now made aggressive. That's what you are. You're aggressively trying to take back what somebody or something or the market took from you when you did it to yourself. The Band-Aid approach is the right way. Limit it, stop the bleeding, come back when you're ready to do it again. But not the same session. That's how a brand new trader should do it. Not, I got to fix it right now. No, you don't. Who said you had to? You, the wounded animal, saying that. You're home. You're safe. You're in a position where you can't lose any more money. You are out of the market. You've been stopped out or squeezed out. You're done. The damage is done. Stop the bleeding, put a Band-Aid on it, and come back when it heals. Put one sleep between your drawdown and your next trade. Use that as a rule-based idea. Let yourself go to bed and sleep a whole night before you take another trade. It's hard, but you desensitize yourself. I'm sorry. I got on these. Could you get 5 handles out of it? And did you take 5 handles? That's how you start. That's how you build yourself up. That's how you grow. And eventually you do that enough and you start seeing setups that you know you've been here before. Yeah, I can get my 5, but let me take 5 off with half the position and leave a runner. And then you graduate to becoming a 10 handle trader. And you do the same thing for a little while. Let that build up. And then you start seeing, this looks like it's one of those setups that gives me a 25, 30 handle run. Let me take off half at 10 and then leave a runner on. And then you start growing into being a 25 or 30 handle trader. But you just can't make a decision cold turkey one day and say, you know what? I've done 12, maybe 15 paper trades, and I've done 2 of these 5 handle with my live account. So I think I'm ready for 50 handle runs. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, folks. That does not work. There's so much that you have to grow into and allow yourself to feel what it feels like to watch your profits go up and down while you're in those trades. I mean, you're talking about something that if you have multiple contracts on, you're likely to see thousands of dollars go up and down in unrealized profit. And the first time you encounter that, The natural impulse is I got to get out right now. This is stressful. All this extra money I'm making that I've never done before is stressful. I got to get the hell out of here. It doesn't sound possible, right? You should be thinking, well, this is great. This is going to keep making money. The first time you get there, it's scary because you don't want it to go away. You're afraid it's going to go back to zero or turn into a losing trade, which unfortunately in the beginning tends to happen for people that rush to that point. They haven't desensitized themselves to winning, because winning is something that you have to get used to. And it doesn't sound right, does it, hearing that? You have to get used to winning. I could get used to winning real easy. No, when there's money associated with it, it is a very scary thing, because now all of a sudden well, think about it like this. If you have a trade and you take a losing trade, then you lose, and you take another trade and then you lose, and you take a third trade. Now you're down maybe 5%. Now you have analysis paralysis. You second guess everything. And now you know that looks like something you would have traded, but I don't really want to take it. I'm scared. Let's just see if it works. Then it works, and you're thinking, oh man, I should have took that trade. Why didn't I take that trade? Because you have not grown in learning how to do this properly, and you traded too much. You lost too much, because 5% is too much for a new trader. You pushed yourself too far. So you have to let time heal it. That means take a week off. Come on, ICT, man. I'm never going to get to being rich if you keep talking about taking time away from the markets, taking this, taking that. You're not going to be successful if you think like that. You're the problem. You're impatient, you're impulsive, and you're reckless. And that can't be fixed by me. It can't be fixed by any other educator. And no product is going to fix it. No resource. No black box. No mentorships. None of that stuff's going to fix that, because you have a problem. And that has to be corrected by you. Over time, going back to square one. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. And those same people will always and perpetually fail. In everything they do, no matter what approach they use to trading, they're going to fail. Because they will not accept the facts that they themselves are presenting the catalyst for their failure. They're prolonging their development because they want to do it their way, have it their way, mentorship, have it their way, success story. Everybody wants to be a trailblazer. I get it, folks. I get it. They want to take something and make it their own and let everybody say, wow, here's your flowers, man. You did this and you did that. How about just making money? Who cares where you learned it from? Okay. Who cares how long it took you? Because believe me, when you start making $100,000 a month, you're not going to give a single fuck what anybody thinks about how you got there, how long it took. You're not going to care. Even your own time and pressure that you place on yourself will be completely insignificant, because once you arrive there, nobody can take it from you. Nobody can change your mind about what you've done, the decisions you made to get to that point. That's empowerment. All of you can get there, but all of you are the biggest roadblock. You're the barrier. You are. Time is going to be the same for every one of us, but you make it require more time because of the things and decisions and all the factors that you bring into it. Your toxic thinking, your doubts, you're trying to keep up with everybody else. You're trying to measure up to this one, trying to measure up to that one, instead of just simply thinking the folks that are making it available to you and using the advice and the conceptual ideas the proper way, not trying to reinvent the wheel. There's so many people out there trying to add to, twist the things that I've taught. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You have no idea what they're rooted on. You don't know what the logic is behind it. Remember, I had to take what is really out there that you'll never get your hands on. I had to create a language around it. So that way you can see it in a chart when it looks like this. But there's many times the things that create a breaker, you won't see that idea in the chart, but the same thing's happening. What? Yep. Dark pools. Another Twitter space for another time. So silver bullets, you have a fair value gap set up that's very specific in that 60-minute chart or 60-minute time window. 1 hour at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, You have the lunch hour that runs on stops. Whoever's been making money, that's what it's going to do. It's going to run down there. Even if it reverses in the lunch hour, that's still a trade also. If you can anticipate that drop down, say the market's been going up, London session, New York session. Now you're entering at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock an hour. You can sell short a 1 minute 2022 model and aim for that 15-minute low. What? Yes. Yes, Virginia. Yes, you can do that. That is a model in and of itself. What's wrong with it? Nothing. It might not fit your appetite. It might not feel like it's something for you. But honey, it pays. It pays the bills. It makes ends meet. And guess what? Car notes get paid with it. Rent gets paid with it. Mortgage payments get paid with it. Vacations get paid with it. Wardrobes get paid with it. Retirement gets paid with it. So what's your excuse? What's holding you back? Something's holding you back. And then you had the PM session, afternoon, between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. The same thing you would expect to happen in 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, AM session, silver bullet. Well, look what we have here. Another 60-minute time window. We have to look for stops or inefficiency. Where's the market going? Where's it reaching for? You know you had that old high that you were aiming for all morning. It didn't get there. We have relative equal highs now across the afternoon. What's it going to reach for? The weekly and daily objective hasn't been met above the marketplace yet. So we're still bullish. Wait for a short-term shift in market structure, 1 minute and 5 minute. Wait for a fair value gap to form between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And then when it drops down into it, when you're bullish, buy it and aim for that intraday high. If it can give you 5 handles, take it there. Leave a runner on and see if you can get to that higher time frame, weekly or daily chart. That's how you trade your afternoon silver bullet. Simple. Real simple. There's a whole lot more things you can add to it to supercharge it, though. But that's the easiest, simplest little approach to that model being there every single day. I am not taken back in a gasp when the market does something at any one of these times of the day. I'm expecting all this stuff. But anticipating it and entering the trade is two different things. In the beginning, you need to just sit still and watch. And you desensitize yourself. You remove all the doubt, all the fear, all the trepidation about you being able to do this. Oh, it's rigged, it's fixed, it's fake. He only shows you the winning trades. He this and that, nothing. You have all these excuses that you have to sort out. All that's put to bed when you start seeing it happen over and over and over again. When you start seeing it live, pan out to script. Whose script? Mine. Not Elliott's, not Sam Siden's, not Wyckoff. Mine. This market is absolutely predictable, but there's times when the market's going to be a little fickle. This is simply going to give you the setups that you like to see. New York session, optimal trade entries. London session, turtle soups that shift into 2022 model or optimal trade entry. Breakers really do well in London. Reversal market profiles in New York session. Once the targets on the weekly and or daily chart is met and reached, chances are we have an intermediate term high or low, and then a breaker can be forming there as well. You see how you can anticipate all this stuff? But you have to see these things. You can probably hear my son going crazy. He's in a tournament on his computer up here playing a PC game. It gets nuts. But all of these individual times of the day, the silver bullets are always continuation. They're continuations of whatever is in motion at the time. If you can't determine what is in motion, don't take the silver bullet. How about that? How's the logic for that? It's simple, isn't it? When in doubt, stay out. So we walked through how to go into the time of day, what time frame of the day, of all these different sessions. When are you going to set up shop? What's it going to be for you? Are you going to be a London boy? Are you going to be a New York shirt that trades? Are you going to be a lunch hour hero? Or are you going to be a silver bullet shooter, a gunslinger in the morning, or a gunslinger in the afternoon? Or are you going to be a Johnny come lately and trade the last hour trading? There is no advantage over any of them. They're all equally potentially profitable, and they all have their advantages within and of themselves because they're time-based and specific in character. Each one has their own individual character. So you have to trust that this is enough. If you just do one of these sessions and make it your model, you will control fear of missing out. You won't have it because you're limiting your attention, your focus to one specific time of the day, and it meets and allows you to work within your life. See, you're trying to probably do something that your business, that your school schedule, or your family, your spouse, your children, something's preventing you to be in the New York session. You want to do what I'm doing. You want to be able to do what the community's doing, but you can't do it. And you're frustrated. Like, man, what the hell? Wish this guy would talk about something else besides this time of day. I just did today. Where are you in that? Because it checks somebody's box off everywhere. Every one of these time periods can be traded. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you live, what you're doing. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're going to have to, folks. If you want this bad enough, you're going to sacrifice. And here's the thing. If you don't back test it and see that there is absolute validity to what I'm teaching and showing you, forget the people that are making money with it. Forget all that, okay? These companies could be fake. They could be paying, they could probably paid actors by ICT. They're probably talking about money that doesn't even exist. This is make that argument. It's not true, but let's just say that for instance, okay? You looking at the old data, back testing and seeing it, and then thinking, okay, I understand the concept and I'm going to go forward and now watch it going forward within one of these time windows of the day. Is it a lot of time that you're investing for that particular trading day? No, it's not. That's an advantage. You're not sitting there like a zombie staring into the abyss of these candlesticks and just not knowing anything, which is very frustrating and it's draining. These markets are vampires. If you hook up an IV tube to you and let it take all your blood, it will suck you dry all the way to the marrow. So limit the exposure to it. If you can't find your setup in these times of the day, or if you lose, stop. You know what's never going to happen? You're never going to blow your account. You're never going to have major drawdown if you control your risk and keep it realistic and use real stops. You won't be fear of missing anything. You'll have a complete business model. And you won't have to work a part-time job schedule with it. It's very small in terms of your time and attention is required. But you have to put a lot of time in the beginning when you're back testing and looking at old moves, studying it. Do these things exist? Or is he talking out his ass again? I'm telling you, go back and look at the charts. You're going to see it. And it repeats all the time. But see, what happens is you get caught up in all the new things I'm teaching, all the new content, all the new concepts. Give me a new trick, ICT. Teach me another magic trick. How about just using what I already taught right now? I've made it very simple. I talked about very specific times of the day. That is rule-based because the algorithm is going to operate in these hours a very specific manner. And it's going to deliver a price. Buying and selling pressure is not going to be a factor. The algorithm will price in all of these setups. That's why it sounds like arrogance. That's why people say, I don't like his attitude. He's too arrogant, he's too cocky. That's because I know my shit. I know the market. Like the back of my hand, I know it. I know I'm not going to be surprised Monday. I'm not going to be surprised on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't mean I'm taking a trade. It just means I know what I'm looking for. And if it meets what I'm expecting, and it all lines up and I feel like it's something I want to do, done. You'll hear about it. And I'll ask you, do you want to see a dose? And you'll watch me go in there like I've already seen it before. I have, but nonetheless, you'll get that same skill set. But you're pushing it further in the future by trying to always change, always transition into something else. That 2022 model that I gave on YouTube last year, man, that thing is a strong model. And for the folks that say, can you just get off these 1 minute charts, ICT? Get off these intraday charts. I need something on a higher time frame. I want to be able to swing trade. Okay, go to a 4-hour chart. The same thing that you use, or I've been using on a 1 to 5 minute chart with that 2022 model, if you put it on a 4-hour chart, that will allow you to swing trade. You got to wait for it. It takes a long time. And it takes forever for the setups to pan out to your objectives. But guess what? Working class hero, that's your model.